I am making this video because Adam Korlik apparently doesn't believe me that I know about that menu he's talking about. I told him twice that I know about it. He doesn't believe me. Yes, I know all you have to do is press the PlayStation button and then it shows up down here. The thing is, first off, it doesn't show it up down here until you start installing a game or DLC or an update or anything like that. Because right now you'll see that it's not down here at all, the menu that he's talking about. Because it has home, switcher, notifications, game base, music, broadcast, accessibility, network, sound, mic, accessories. Then it has your user account name, and then or user account, and then it has power. So as you can see, that menu isn't down there yet. When I'm going to start installing that game that I showed in my previous video, the same game, because I deleted it so that way I could show the installation, not reinstallation. I deleted it on purpose so I could install it again. So here's the game again. I'm going to put the disc in, and now I'm going to go to that menu he's talking about. Yes, you'll kind of see it installing on there for a minute. Or you'll see it installing on there. We won't wait through that part this time. Instead, we'll go to the menu he's talking about. So you'll see it start installing up there, like last time. See, there it is. Again, it's the disc version because the disc icon is right there. So just in case you're wondering, so you can see the disc icon way over there. And then here, I'll go to the menu he's talking about. He's talking about pressing the PlayStation button and then going down right on over to this arrow over here, this down-looking arrow. This says downloads and downloads/uploads. Then here it shows the amount that's the time it needs to install the data. And then you can go to downloads and copies, and then it'll also show you how many bytes out of the gigabytes it's installing. So at the top it says data needed to start playing, which is this top one, and then the bottom one says all data. Now the problem with this, which is this full amount for the all data, is actually incorrect. It says 3.578 gigabytes. That's how much it would be once it's fully installed. It says for all of the data. But if we go into the information menu that I showed in the other video that I made, this says 13.58 gigabytes. So that is actually bigger than what we saw on the previous screen. Look, I'm going to go back to the same screen, the same menu that Adam Korlik was talking about with the down arrow. Downloads and copies. This says 13.578 gigabytes. 13.578 is smaller than 13.58 gigabytes. And you notice the numbers going up on both, so both are doing the install. So that means that menu that Adam Korlik was telling me to go into, that he said I don't know about, but I do. I've known about it since the ps5 came out. Yeah, so you just go on into that. And it says 13.578. That's smaller than 13.58, which we saw in the information menu. That means this menu is inaccurate for all data for the total amount that's being installed. So yeah, so you'll see this fill up all the way. Now you see that little break in the line for the amount that's being installed. See where that little break between the next line? that is actually that's the amount for the rest of the data to be installed while up to the break in the right between the two bars is the amount for data needed to start playing. So yeah, so once that bar gets up to here, this top one should say 11.743 out of 11.743 on the top. So we'll wait until that gets full, and then we'll go, gets to here, not full. We'll wait until it gets here, and then once it gets to here, and it starts going on to this next line, I'm going to go back to the information menu and show you that it still says that it's installing there too. So that means that the information menu does show all the data being installed. So for the game. So yeah, we'll just wait for that bar. Like I said, I'm not making the video to prove that it doesn't reinstall or nothing. I'm just making it to show that I do know about this menu, that he keeps on saying that I don't. I've always known about this menu ever since the ps5 came out. I don't know why he keeps saying I don't, just because I didn't show it in the other video. I didn't show it in the other video because it isn't accurate. Just because I don't show it in the other video doesn't mean I don't know about it. It's kind of like how the PS3 can play PS1 games. Let's say all I did was play a PS3 game for the video. It doesn't mean I don't know that the PS3 can play PS1 games. I'm just saying that's a different example. Just because you don't mention something doesn't mean you don't know it. Or don't know about it. So yes, we'll just keep on waiting for this to install to the PS5 in this PS4 game. The same one we saw in the other video. So you just keep on waiting. Yeah. It's almost done. This game's really pretty fast to install. This video will be longer than usual because I'm going to show this menu here again with a different game that has update data that has to be installed, just to show them some other things after this one's done, which is going to be kind of hard to take the disc out because I'm going to try to do it with one hand again. But yes. I'll just wait for this bar to get to the break between it and the other bar. So just wait for it. Just kind of wait for that. Waiting. Still waiting. Still waiting. Okay, it's still going. Like I said, once that bar gets to the break between the two bars and starts on the next bar, I'm going to go ahead and go back to that information menu and show that it's still installing as well. Because it does install the full, it shows the full amount being installed on the information menu as well. But unlike this one, which is inaccurate because it says 13.578 gigabytes, the information menu says the right amount because it's a higher amount of bytes. So just wait for it. Just keep on waiting for it. So see, it said it installed 100% completed, and now it's trying to do the rest of the game, or the data. So now I'm going to exit out of there and go back to the information menu and look, download status, and the bytes are still going up, and it still says out of 13.58. So that means that that this shows the full amount of the data, the actual full amount, because this is 13.58, which is bigger than 13.578, which was showing on the other menu. Here, let me go back to the other menu. See, 13.578, which is smaller than 13.58. So, as we can see, and the other one is still downloading, or still installing, just like this one is. So this one, so once this one fills up all the way, it'll show nothing on the screen, and then once I go back to the information menu, it will say completed. And on the information menu, we can see that we'll be able to see the size up further, which shows the total size of the game. Sorry it's so shaky. My hand is very shaky. But anyways. Yeah, so we just keep on waiting. I'm just showing that it's on the screen. And 2, 1, 0. And it says there are no downloads or copies. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back into the information menu. And it says download status completed. So yes, this one does use all of the data just like that. But unlike that other screen, this is the true amount of data because the size right here, 13.58 gigabytes. And earlier we saw that's how much it was installing out of it. So that other screen is not accurate. That's why I didn't put in the other video. Not because I didn't know about it. So yes, that's that. So this video might end up splitting into another part for when I try to put in the other game, because of how this dumb phone works. It just breaks up the parts on its own. It's kind of stupid. But I mean, it's not going to do it for the parts that we just saw for this game. So I'm going to take out the disc. See, it gives me the option to eject disk at the bottom. And then it'll just come out of there. Just like usual. If I can even get it out. It's like the hardest disk in the world to get out of here. Okay. So, you've seen that now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and try to insert it into my little case here while holding the phone. Okay, I got it in, I think. There we go. Okay, I'm going to flip over these and get over to the other game I was going to install. And then go to that menu that, again, that Adam Korlik was talking about. Was telling me about, I mean. Oh, sorry, I guess I'm flipping this the wrong direction. Because the other game I'm going to be putting in is Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5. As soon as I find where in this little case is. Ah, there it is. Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 remix for the PS4. So this game, when you go to that menu that he was talking about, this will show the update data for this game. So basically, I guess which he calls patches, I guess, but anyways. So it's going to start installing in a minute. So yeah, you can see it trying to install down there. So I'm going to go to that menu that he was talking about. See, it just popped up again. Yeah, there it is, downloads and uploads. So I'm going to click on that and see it has an update file this time. And go in here. So this shows the data and the update data this time. But the thing is, so let's see. So this says the total amount of the game is 45.239 gigabytes plus the 4.865 gigabytes that are from the update. So let's see. Well, I can't do an exact number because I can't really pull up the calculator while doing this. But basically, 4 plus 45 gigs would be 4 and 45. That should be 49 something gigs. It'd probably go up to 50 something because it's like 4.865 and then you got 239. So for the other point above, for the 45.239. So that probably would get it up to 55 gigs around there. So let's have a look. So I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to go to the information for the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 remix information. This says the size is 45.24 gigabytes. Now you'll so yes. So see, this should be. So yeah. So but here's the thing. Once that patch or that update file installs, that 45.24 gigabytes should be bigger if I'm right. So let's take a look. I might be wrong about this part, but it should be bigger. So let me check again at what the size was for the information. So in the information it says the total size is going to be 45.24 gigabytes. 45.24. So, oops, sorry, wrong way. 45.24 gigs. So if we add up these two, I'm just wondering if I can get like a calculator or something. Okay. So yes, once again, this file size is let's see, 45. What was the other one again? Sorry, I keep forgetting. My bad. But if we check the information, it says it's 45.24. 45.24. Oh man, that updates on this. Oh, 45.239. Okay, so the other one said so there is like a megabyte less for this install right here. Look, 45.239. The other one for the information was 45.24. Download status 45.24. So one is this is 45.24, and then this one is 45.239. So that means that again, this screen is inaccurate again, because that is 1 megabyte less than the full amount. And you'll say, well, the update data is installing down there, that's why. Well, let's take a look. Watch, once this update data installs, let's see how much bigger it says the full file size is up here. Let's see if it says this is any bigger at all. Because the update data is already downloading a lot faster than the game, or than the game is installing. I mean, it's installing the update data already a lot faster. So, yeah, so we'll just go ahead and we'll wait until the update gets installed, and let's see if that 45.239 gigabytes gets any bigger. Because if it doesn't, then that means it's not including the update data in the total download. I mean, it's showing it down here, but it's not like including it in the game install. And you'll probably say, well, of course it's not. It's two separate installations. But what I'm going to show is on the information screen is it will actually go up for the amount of bytes that we saw earlier. Because remember, the amount of bytes we saw on the information screen was 45.24 for the gigabytes. Like, we're there. So you'll see that it won't show the update icon or it installing, but it will show the total amount of gigabytes in the information will be more than what it was. Because before it was 45.24, it's going to be bigger once this update file installs. So I'm going to wait until the update file installs all the way. So, what's nice is actually this update's going a lot faster. This install and update is going a lot faster than when I tried it earlier. And I don't know why it's going, but yeah, a lot faster now. But anyways. Yeah, because last time, when I was installing this disk, because I kind of did a pretest to make sure that that everything was okay with this disk. It was earlier, like the amount of time it was taking. It said like 40 minutes. Anyways, yeah. So luckily, I guess you won't have to wait that long for this game to install. I'm not trying to show that it has to reinstall or not for this video. I'm just trying to show why I went with the information menu in my previous video and not this menu that Adam Korlik said it has all the data. Because if it did, it wouldn't show a smaller amount of data for the total than it does on the information menu for when you install it. I'm talking about the number on this side, not the one on this side. But yeah, we'll just keep on watching. Keep on watching it install. We're gonna wait till the update. So as soon as the update data installs, we'll check that information screen again and see if the total file size is bigger now. Because before it was 45.24, and it should be bigger because from what I've checked before, is that it actually shows a bigger file size after you've installed an update. So we'll do that on the information screen. I mean, that's what it shows. So we'll just wait for this update data to finish installing. Yep. Okay, still waiting for it. Yeah, my internet connection's kind of slow, so updates take a while to download and install. But yeah, it's doing it. So that's always nice. Just that it's doing it. Just not nice that it takes a long time. Now, obviously this is installing to the external hard drive, so it will be kind of slow. Yeah. Just kind of waiting for it. Waiting for it. Still waiting. Yeah, we got about a little bit less than a minute left. So let's see if that total amount of gigabytes for installing the game gets any bigger once this update fully installs. Almost there. On. Install faster. Alright. It's getting close. Almost there. Almost there. And look, installed. Oh, sorry. But yeah. Oh, okay. So the total amount of gigabytes did increase. So I guess that does happen. Has increased to 50.103 gigabytes. But I'll show you in the information menu. It'll probably, the information menu, it'll have gotten bigger for the total amount too. 0.103 gigabytes was what it was. Okay, so check information. Now this one says it's 50.11 gigabytes. 50.11. And the other one said, so there, that one said 50.11 gigabytes for the information menu. This one says 50.103. So this is actually smaller amount of gigabytes. So the information one is still more correct, just like we saw earlier. And it did made the file size bigger on the information screen. So it is including the patch data. Because before we looked at the information screen and it had 45.24, and the other one had, and then this screen had 45.20. Oh, what was it? I'm sorry if I'm getting the number wrong. It's because it's been a little while since we've been watching the screen. But yes, earlier it was 1 megabyte bigger on the information screen. That much I do remember. And on this screen it was 1 megabyte less. On this screen, it says it's 50.103 gigabytes. 50.103 gigabytes. 50.103 gigabytes. On that screen that Adam Korlik was saying to check before, it said 50.103 gigabytes. Here it says 50.11 gigabytes in this information screen. So as we can see, the file size is actually bigger than that other screen. So if you go by the other screen, it's not the full amount for the installation for the other screen, because it's saying it's less. 50.103 is less than 50.11 because of how hundredths and how 100ths and tenths places and ones places, or how tenths and hundredths and thousandths places work. Sorry, I didn't mean ones places. There is no one places after the decimal. But yeah, so 50.103 gigabytes is smaller than 50.11 gigabytes. So this screen is inaccurate. It is not showing the full amount of installation. It says all data. It is not all of it. The information screen is. And as we can see, this screen is still installing because it's still installing the game. And it's still installing on the information screen too. Because it says download status. And you can see it's still going up. And it has the total file size up there again, 50.11 gigabytes. So as I was saying, information screen is the one you want to use. It's more accurate. The bigger file size is usually more accurate than a smaller one. I mean, why would it wouldn't make sense for the game to, if it's taking up less room, that would mean it's missing data or something. But the thing is, it's not, because you can still play the whole game and everything for this, because but because I've tried it before. But yeah, so this screen inaccurate. It'll install all the way, it says 50.103 gigabytes. On the other screen, it said 50.11 gigabytes. They're both including the patch data, the update data. They're both including it. Because earlier we looked at both of them and the total files, the total amount that it's installing on here was less. And the total amount we looked on the information screen was also less. So yeah. So seeing that this one is less than the information screen one, that's how you know this is not accurate. That's why I left it out of the previous video. Because I don't believe this to be accurate because it says that it's less amount for the full amount installing than it does on the information screen. They both include the patch data. This one, yes, it showed the icon for the update data. It doesn't show the icon, or it doesn't show the update data like with the bar and stuff on the information screen. But the point is, it's when the full amount of data that gets installed isn't accurate on this screen. So, because we just checked the information screen, it's more than this screen. So, yes, 50.11 is more than 50.103 gigabytes. Because even though this number is longer, it's not a bigger number. Because the way decimals, like over here, like past the decimal work is once this 3 keep on going up, eventually we get to 9, and then 10, which would make this 0 a 1. I mean, if it were to be going up, if it was going up. So that's how we know that this is. I mean, yeah, because that would be like you'd get a 1 over here, and then this would just be non-existent anymore, like a 0. So, anyway, what I'm saying is 50.103 gigabytes is less than 50.11 gigabytes. So yeah, this screen's just not very accurate. That's why I didn't talk about it. It had nothing to do with me not knowing about it. I've known about this ever since the PS5 came out. I've had the PS5 for a year. Of course I know about this. And then I also know that when Adam was installing, I think it was I don't know if it was a bunch of games or DLC, but this thing wasn't showing up on the screen. It was showing like no title. Usually that happens when you have a whole bunch of things that you're downloading and installing at the same time. There's just so much that the system just doesn't notice it. But sometimes it does also happen with very specific PS4 games. Because I did buy one PS5 game that included the PS4 game for buying it, and it said no title on the PS4 one. So, but I'm just saying.